For a variety of reasons, there are countless ideas, concepts, and pitches for projects that never came to fruition. Masslive and The Republican recently delved into its archives to report on some of those dreams that died on the vine. I discussed what happened to some of those projects and whether they could or should be revived with the report's author, Robert Rizzuto.
A lot of it was just from spending time going through the Republicans' news archives, seeing all these really amazing stories of planned projects and ideas and concepts that were, potential game changers for towns and cities in the region. And, for one reason or another, they just never made it to the finish line. I just stumbled upon these randomly when looking for other things, and I just kind of started putting a collection together.
Yeah. In terms of going through the archives, these are all within the past 10 or 20 years. So you didn't get the actual process of going through the hard clips, right?
Correct.
This is
Yeah,
digital.
I didn't go back that far.
I'm such a news nerd. I love going through the morgues at newspapers. I had to ask that question. So for you, was there one, even though, like we said, the past decade or so, they're all maybe ringing a bell for folks as they're seeing them on the website, but was there one that you forgot about?
Well, people reached out with different ideas, and there were a couple different riverfront developments that were pitched that never made it that I didn't stumble upon. So those were interesting, as was the kind of look at when they were looking at expanding the Basketball Hall of Fame, the thought was it was going to encompass all of the shoreline there, all the way down to the York Street Jail where that property was, all the way up through Riverfront Park. And, as we see in 2018, things just kind of didn't develop that way.
Yeah. For me, as I was reading through it, I had forgotten what a hotbed of casino activity Holyoke might have been.
Yeah.
The Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, that takes us back to 2010. What happened with that project?
They had been working with Hard Rock, and, at the time, Holyoke wasn't quite open for business as far as casinos go. I think back, Alex Morris, the mayor, took a very public stance against casinos. And then at some point he was having conversations with, local Northampton entertainment guy, Eric Shore. The conversation kept continuing to the point where he actually ended up sort of endorsing a plan, and there was such political backlash. He almost got voted out of office. But Holyoke was yes, no, it was hot and cold, and for a variety of reasons, when other communities weren't that, it just didn't work out with the Hard Rock deal.
It was also interesting for me to recall it's not been that long since Massachusetts actually gave the thumbs up to casinos. Here we are 2018, but this was 2011, and it was hugely controversial.
Very much so. So much that, in the years that follow, we even have a ballot referendum to repeal the law that was, it was, argued behind closed doors and actually passed. So, yeah, it's still to this day a little controversial.
And I just want to say thank you for reminding me about the fact that the Good Samaritan Hotel Casino project was a possibility. I mean, talk about Elvis, Norman Rockwell, and what was the beauty pageant piece?
Oh, yeah, it was like Miss America. It was like having a tribute to that.
So it was going to be
under one roof.
All under one roof. And that one didn't quite make it either,
That's
right?
one of the wacky ones. And there's a bunch of those, just the idea of turning the York Street Jail into high-end condos. You two could live behind bars. It's, it was a
Jail
beautiful
for
building.
sale.
But yes, yeah. Michael Albano, the former mayor, had marketed it that way. And, there was economic development. Things were really moving along in the city. And then we kind of saw that point in the 80s where things kind of stopped. Retail, especially downtown, took a hit there for all these ancillary projects. And that was that.
Baseball just really can't seem to get its feet underneath itself in the city of Springfield or in Western Massachusetts in general. But your series looked at the baseball here closer to home in Springfield. What did you find there?
I'd known that, there was several different baseball pitches for over the years. I was stunned to find that the late Mr. Picknelly, the father who's passed away, had spent a lot of money.
$850,000, is that what you found?
Yes.
It's a lot of money for something that never, ever happened.
I think there were some political missteps, some miscalculations, people overstepping the bounds of perhaps what they had the legal right to do. And for a variety of reasons, the project died. Not Mr. Picknelly that did any of these things, but on the political side.
Yeah, just kind of around the issue. Is there any sense of, was the public rallying behind these, or was this just something that was happening all among potential developers?
With some of the casinos, people were very, very hot on them. In Palmer, there was a very dedicated group of people that saw development of that parcel right off the Mass Pike is huge. A big boom to the region, which is it's out there kind of in between, us and Worcester. It's this spot, but it's ripe for development. Lots of people were really pushing for that, and
100 people made the difference on that one.
yeah, very small margin. And the group that owns that land where the hotel or the casino and hotel is being proposed is actually pitching to build a water park there.
Right, and
So-
they have pretty significant development ideas for the spot, but do we have any sense of if that's going to move forward?
I wouldn't go as far as to say there's a timeline in place. They presented a concept, an idea, but I think that it's still at very, very early stages as to if we're going to see that one come to materialize. It could very well be end up, a few years from now in my next slideshow of projects that never came to be.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to see, right? In terms of casinos, while MGM certainly is, moving forward by all reports, opening in August, there is a piece of that project that won't see the light of day, right?
This is true. So they have a $960 million casino as it's been billed at. They spent well over $1 billion here between all their variety of investments. One piece that will never make it to the light of day is a 25-floor hotel that was supposed to be developed on State Street, which is going to be 250 rooms, 4-star, same as the hotel is going to exist, except it was very glamorous.
It was very glitzy looking as it was
Yes.
proposed.
Glass facade, very shiny, MGM Vegas style, big. This was the centerpiece of all of their artist renderings during their pitch to the city. When they were courting the city to have this deal in place, this was at the center of it. So when this quietly, well, it wasn't so quiet, but when it disappeared in 2015, it was a huge deal.
Another thing that stood out to me is the length that some people went to when they were announcing their various casino projects. The one right near us here, that would have been the New England farm workers that came together to propose that project. That launch was very Vegas style, I think.
Yeah, the Penn National
Yes.
concept that would have redeveloped the plot of land where the Republican is, plus the old Peter Pan bus station. That was a huge one. They were in competition at that time with MGM in the early stages of that Ameristar, who cleared the Westinghouse facility up on
Talk about
Page
money
Boulevard.
spent that never went anywhere.
Yeah, the city should still send thank you notes to Ameristar for clearing that property to make it ripe for what became the CRRC rail company and providing all those great high-paying jobs.
As this has launched online, is there any one in particular that you've received a lot of feedback about or questions about?
Yeah, one that a lot of people said, oh, I remember that, but I totally forgot about it, was a pitch for redeveloping Union Station, which sat dormant and vacant for
Years.
decades. It was the Cartilli family, of which Bryn Cartilli is on The Voice right now, making
Doing
big waves,
quite well.
doing amazing. They owned Fathers and Sons, the car dealerships over on the West Side, and the father at the time had proposed a development at Union Station, which would have put a high-end showroom there. Mercedes, he was looking at a couple different concepts, and it would have also been a restaurant, increased Amtrak presence, and transit. Basically, a part of what you're seeing now in the redeveloped Union Station, but also a high-end car showroom. Considering the economic ups and downs between the point where this was pitched in the 80s and now, in retrospect, it might be best that that never happened, because then you'd have a big vacant potential high-end car dealership in the middle of downtown, which is really hard to redevelop. But that was one that struck people as quite interesting. I got lots of feedback on that.
Well, it's a really fun series to look at what wasn't. People can check it out on masslive.com. Rob Rizzuto, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.